Hello, my crafty friends. Well, happy new catalog week. So the new catalog launched yesterday, and I'm excited to share some fun card ideas with you today. Hi, it's Lynn Dunn from Stamptastic Designs. Thanks so much for joining me today. In this episode of Stamptastic TV, I am going to share some fun card ideas made with the 5 new Stampin' Up! In colors. So I have 2 different layouts that I'm going to share, and each of these layouts will be featured in all 5 of the new in colors. The cards in this video feature the Color and Contour stamp set from Stampin' Up! So this is a brand new set that came out with the launch of the new annual catalog. And this particular set comes in a bundle, so I do have the coordinating dies that go with this stamp set. They are called the Scalloped Contour dies. So I will be using a couple different dies in the cards today, and of course the stamp set. And of course, these card ideas also feature the 5 brand new in colors from the 2021-2023 collection. So here are the 5 new in colors. So we have Fresh Freesia, Soft Succulent, Pale Papaya, Evening Evergreen, and Polished Pink. Okay, so before we get into making the cards, let me just tell you a little bit about my in-color card making club. So this is a club that I started a couple years ago, so this is my 3rd annual club this year. And basically what it does is it features a new color, one of the 5 in colors. You get a new in color package every month for 5 months. So by the end of the club, you will have a variety of different in-color products, as well as 40 different card ideas. So the in-color club is a lot of fun, and if you want to learn more about the club and how you can reserve your spot, you can click on the link featured in the description below this video. All right, so let's get started making these in-color cards. Okay, so the first card that I'm going to share with you is actually a monochromatic style card. So basically I've just used the one in color to create the entire card. So this is the Fresh Freesia. I'm going to show you how to make this one card, and I created this exact same style using all 5 of the in colors, but I'll just show you how to create the card once. So let's get started. So the first thing that I did is I cut out this beautiful die shape. So it's a scallop die that is part of the Color and Contour bundle. So I just took a piece of white cardstock and cut this out. It pretty much takes a 5.5 by 4.25 inch piece of white cardstock to create this piece. But as you can see, it fits perfectly on a regular size card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just stamp the little floral images. So I kind of want to go up in the corner, kind of in the upper left and lower right. Not completely in the corner, but I just kind of want to stay up towards this upper left-hand side. And I'm just stamping the outline image for the flower. So this is a 2-step stamp, so it requires stamping the outline and then stamping the color, or what I like to call the solid part on the inside. So there is a special way that you can create this flower, but I like kind of this off-center look, but the petals do match up if you take the time to make them match up. Then after stamping the floral, then you can go ahead and add some of these just little dots. So it's kind of like a little splatter image, and I just did it on each side of the floral. Then the next thing I did is just cut a 1.5 by 3.5 inch piece of designer paper. So it's actually just like a 1/16 of an inch shorter than 3.5 to get it to, fit directly across this die cut piece here. Okay, so then we have the stamping and everything done for our card. So the next thing we need is just a piece of Fresh Freesia cardstock for the base of our card. So this is just a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of cardstock that I scored in the middle at 4.25 inches. And then we'll just go ahead and add our die cut shape here that has all of our decorations on it. And then I just created a little greeting for the card. So I used one of the dies from this particular bundle to create this greeting. So as you can see, I stamped everything in that fresh freesia color. Then the next thing I did is just take 2 pieces of white twine. I tied them together and created this cute little bow. So I'm just gonna embellish kind of the center of the card here with that. And then for the finishing touch, I'm just gonna add a couple little in-colored gems. And there you go. All right, so that is the basic style of the card. So I'm gonna just move this out of the way and I will show you the other ones. So this is how the card design looks in the soft succulent color. And this one is pale papaya, then evening evergreen, and polished pink. So there you go. Just with that one card design, I was able to use all 5 of the new ink colors. So I have 5 different cards, all with the same layout. All right, let's take a look at the second layout. All right, this second card features another fun layout, and it's very simple. So let me show you how to make it. So again, you're going to start with the fresh freesia for the base of your card. So it's the exact same measurements that I just shared with you. Then you're going to use the die from the color and contour bundle just to create this little die cut shape. Now, if you don't have this bundle, you can always just cut a rectangular shape that's about 2.5 by 3 3/4 inches to create your focal point for your card. So we're going to use this die cut shape. So I like to cut this shape first before I start doing my stamping and my layering of the pattern paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is just create a little splatter up here in the upper left part of this cardstock and then down in the lower right. So I'm kind of going to use this shape as my guide because I know that this is my focal point. So I'm just going to go right about here with my splatter image. And then we'll go right about here. Just so that, you know, when I put this on the card, you can still see the splatter image. Plus, these splatter images will help us line up our pattern paper. So the next thing you're going to do is just cut some pattern paper. You're going to cut 4 pieces, and each one measures 1 by 3.5 inches. So I'm just using the front and back of one of the designer papers that come in the new In Color Designer Series paper pack. And we're just going to basically stagger these onto our card front here. So the first one, we're just going to kind of go up towards, let's see, towards the top here with our first piece. So I'm going to cover up just a little bit of the splatter image. And then I'm just going to kind of stagger these and rotate them as I go down and adhere them. So I kind of like that staggered look. I like my cards symmetrical, but I do kind of like doing things that are a little off because it just kind of looks fun. And it just gives you, you know, just a completely different look on your card. So this is a great way to use up any scrap pieces of paper that you might have. And if you don't have scrap pieces of paper, that's okay. It's a great way to just showcase any kind of pattern paper. So, all right, I'm just going to set this aside for the moment. And I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen here to stamp the outline image for our focal point. So this is just one of the images from the Color and Contour stamp set. So you can see the Evening Evergreen just gives it a really nice crisp look. And of course, this is a 2-step stamping process. So now I just inked up this image. This is what's going to color in my flowers. So I just ink this up with that fresh freesia. And then there we go. See how easy it is to color in your images? I love that 2-step stamping. All right, I'm just gonna set that to the side. The next thing I'm gonna do is just create my greeting here. So one of the things that you will notice about this greeting, it does say thank you for everything, but I only want the thank you portion, so I just want that top portion. So I'm just going to ink up just that thank you section. I'm not gonna do the whole entire image. And then we'll just stamp it on a scrap piece of paper. So you can see that I got part of the 4, but that's okay. We're just going to cut this off. So I am just going to cut right in between these 2 words. And then I'm just going to use my scissors to just kind of go around and trim this down. So this is a great way to just use part of a sentiment. So if you don't want to use the whole entire sentiment, like in this case, I just wanted to use the part that said thank you, then I can go ahead and just basically cut it out by hand using my scissors. All right, so we have our greeting all set to go. So let's bring our card back. Okay, so we can go ahead and add our focal point to the card. All right, and then we'll just add our little thank you. So we can just kind of put it on an angle, and we'll tuck this little piece right underneath there. Okay. And then, of course, for the finishing touch, we will just add some little gems. So these are just the in-color gems that I'm adding to the card. All right, there you go. It's super fun. All right, so let me show you the other cards. So I used this exact same design to create 4 additional cards in the other 4 colors. So this one is called Soft Succulent, and then instead of stamping it in monochromatic, I used the fresh freesia color to add color to my flowers. And then this one is the Pale Papaya. So I used the Pale Papaya along with the Evening Evergreen. And then of course I had to use the exact same colors for this card. So I used the Evening Evergreen in the background and then just added the Pale Papaya to the flowers for a little bit of color. And then the last one is the Polished Pink. And this is just really pretty with the Evening Evergreen as well. All right, so there you go. Now you have 5 different cards, all created with the exact same card layout. Okay, so there you go. Now you have 2 different card layouts that you can use with these 5 new fabulous in colors or with any colors that you have on hand. And of course, you can use any supplies that you have to create these cards. And if you enjoyed these card ideas, feel free to download the printable tutorial. You can find the link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by liking it and sharing it with your friends. And leave me a comment below to let me know what you enjoyed most about the video and the card shared here today. Have a fun and creative day, my friends. Take care.